Accidentally in Love. Chapter 4. The Bridge. Summary. Kusuo waits, then he doesn't. Kusuo decides to do exactly as Aira tells him. He waits. For what? He still has to find out. The first sign he should jump ship? The right moment to make his feelings known? Both outcomes seem likely, given how much time he spends with Sato that following week. Their meetups start casually enough. They end up taking the same relative direction home, so once the coast is clear of Kusuo's idiots, he catches Sato at the gates and they head out. The conversation shared between them follows pretty much the same beats. How was school? Did you see the trailer for that new whatever? Stuff like that. It's always pleasant, and when it comes to time to say goodbye, Kusuo has to talk himself out of walking Sato all the way. Not yet. He's being patient, or something. Walks after school eventually become more, though. Sato texts Kusuo one night asking if he would want to come study at Cafe Mommy after school, and it suddenly spirals into a weekly thing. On Sato's days off from practice, they lay out their books atop a booth and tackle trigonometry over dessert. Kusuo can technically space out their study sessions however he wants, but he lets Sato pick the pace, which just so happens to be around 2 to 3 hours, which is, of course, the average time it takes a high schooler to finish their homework. Duh. Kusuo finds it to be something he looks quite forward to, and severely disappointed if a conflict of schedule arises. At first, he tells himself it's just a more enjoyable alternative to what he normally do, either get dragged out for ramen by Nendo or hole himself in his room to avoid his parents. But by their second study session, when he makes Sato laugh over something his dad did, he wishes they could hang out longer. Sato has a very nice laugh. Kusuo was taken to wearing his ring while out with Sato, too. It can be argued that Sato's the one person he should want to know all the thoughts of at all times, but heeding Aira's remark about the stalking, he decided Sato's privacy was worth more than Kusuo's peace of mind. Besides, he needs to practice having a normal conversation. Who better to practice with than the god of normalness? He finds out even more about Sato over their study sessions. He has a dog named Aki. So generic. His favorite color is blue, a primary color, as expected, and most surprisingly, a piercing? Sato rubs the back of his neck. Yeah, I got dared by a friend in middle school. It's closed up now. Well, kind of. I could get a piercing in there if I tried, but it would probably hurt. Kusuo processes this information. Where was it? My right earlobe. Sato tugs on his ear as if he tries to teach Kusuo anatomy. Honestly, I kind of liked it, but I had to hide it around my parents, and it was just too stressful. Another issue Kusuo will make sure to deal with later. Would you ever get it pierced again? Sato shrugs. Maybe. I don't know. Kusuo doesn't need ESP to tell he really does want to. It would have to happen after I move out. Have you, ever thought about getting one? Do Kusuo's antennas count? Probably not. But even so, I've never given it much thought. I'm not against the idea. Well, that's sort of a lie. A piercing might make shapeshifting more complicated, but they're talking hypothetically right now. Sato hums thoughtfully. Well, anyway, that's just about the most interesting thing about me. What about you? Have any little secrets? Kusuo chokes on his jelly. There's a lot being thrown at him, and here he's still trying to picture Sato with an earring. He has to change topic before he's learning things he's not ready to spill. What do you mean? You're plenty interesting. A blush spreads across Sato's face. That's very kind of you to say. Hey, do you know how to solve this problem? Interesting observation. To distract Sato, simply compliment him. They focus back on their homework, and not long after, they wrap everything up. The manager bids them a fond farewell as they back up and leave. No doubt they have become his favorite customers, making up basically half of his revenue. The sun is just making it The sun is just making its descent as they approach the bridge. A delicate marmalade coats the sky, with a faint breeze ushering in the night. They make small talk on the way, but there seems to be silent agreement between them. This is a moment meant to be savored. They listen to the crickets chirp near the shore and bask in each other's company. I always like meeting up with you, Sato eventually murmurs, as if he's afraid to be heard. Kusuo offers him a smile. Me too. It's nice. The stars are already out tonight, and they're dancing in Sato's eyes. He only gives Kusuo a glance of them as his gaze darts down to his shoes. The silence returns. Midway across the bridge, Sato's hand brushes up against his. Oh. Is this what Ira meant? Is this what he's been waiting for? They've been hanging out for a month now. That's plenty of time to decide how he feels. Plenty of time to decide whether or not to flee. He has to act now. Now. Crap. He has to act. Now. Before Sato's finished curling around his fingers, Kusuo's mind goes completely blank. It's too much. Too much at stake and too much to gain. Just too much. So much he stumbles, ripping his hand out of Sato's and falling into the nearest pedestrian. The fuck? He's thrown back, his powers landing him perfectly on his feet. The man responsible stomps immediately up to his face, an impregnable fortress blocking their path home. The suit, square jaw, expensive shades, it all seems so familiar. You... Sato turns very pale. He tucks himself beside Kusuo, gripping his school bag in a vice grip. That's right, he's the guy you gave a fucking concussion to, knocked me flat on my ass and humiliated me. Brats like you pissed me the fuck off. Crap. Not good. He's far more agitated than before, if that's even possible. There are veins popping out of his forehead, and a nasty point to his grit teeth. If Kusuo hadn't put on his ring, he would have seen the guy coming and changed course. Sato flinches with every word the man spats out. Dread pools in Kusuo's stomach. This is all his fault. The man steps closer, pushing the two back towards the railing. Think you could push someone like me around? Like you're anything special? Please, let us pass. Sato squeaks. He has to de-escalate the situation without his powers this time, but what can he do? He can't teleport Sato without outing himself, and he can't teleport the thug without Sato seeing. He can turn the man to stone, but again, Sato. Forcing you to pay us, wouldn't teach you a goddamn thing. Brats like you gotta be taught a real lesson. The man is about to do something rash, something bad. If Kusuo just knew what, he could react appropriately. Calmly, he reaches for his ring finger, just as the man goes for a wide left hook. Kusuo is caught off guard. He reacts in an instant, grabbing Sato's arm and dragging him out of the way. But without his powers, he's too slow. There's a sickening crack, and Sato stumbles backwards towards the railing. Kusuo's effects are limited. He can go as far as back as he pleases, though he's caught off from the future. What he has never attempted to do was control the flow of time. Speeding things up sure would have been convenient while in that time loop. Still, Kusuo swears in the following moments time slowed all the way to a halt. He throws himself over to the side, hands reaching out, willing Sato's body to freeze. There's blood gushing out of his nose and his eyes are welling shut, but he hovers just above the water as if cradled by wind, just in time. A punch lands on Kusuo's ribs. The man hollers in pain, clutching his broken hand. Kusuo tunes him out and gently floats Sato's body over the shoreline. He lets him down on the softest patch of sand he can see from this distance. A sigh escapes him, then, where that breath was held, a deep, seething rage replaces it. Kusuo has the man on his knees in the blink of an eye. He drags his head back by the scruff of his neck, staring straight through his bulging eyes. You do not deserve an ounce of the mercy I'm about to show you. He cracks the man's skull down to his knee, then tosses him aside. He's still angry, and the man ends up skidding halfway across the bridge. Oops. How fortunate Kusuo was to have such a loving mother. Her kindness carries Kusuo back over the mangled mess of a man, and with a grace he resets his body back a day. Then, with a swipe of his nano thing, the entire confrontation is wiped from existence. He wastes no time by teleporting over to the shore. Sato lays motionless, that punch strong enough to knock a full-grown man unconscious. A horrible pain seizes Kusuo's chest, even if a quick tap to Sato's temple has him good as new. It still takes Sato a second to come to. Kusuo holds a hand out behind his back, about to conjure the nana again. Sato winces, cracks his eyes open. He shoots up like a missile. Psyche! The hand behind his back flies to Sato's shoulder. It's okay. I'm good. You're good. The guy's gone. Sato fights for air, still coming down from his high. A minute passes, Kusuo pressing his finger to his shoulder before he finally calms down. That was... Shit! I'm sorry, he could have hurt you. Don't worry about me. I'm just glad you're okay. Sato stares at him. He's frightened again. How did you do that? I just heard you, but your mouth? Crap. Reflex. Too late to change anything. Kusuo retracts his hand and finds it shaking. Just slightly. He's hesitating. There's no time to second guess this. His actions put Sato in danger and revealed himself. He has to get rid of it all. Every memory Sato has of him. It has to go. It's not safe for either of them. He flexes his hand and nothing appears. Kusuo slumps forward, head hanging over his chest. He can't do it. Why can't he do it? This is much worse than any nightmare he's crafted in his mind. Sato would have drowned had he not stepped in, and the only reason Sato was in any danger was because he pushed that bastard over the edge. He has to do it. It's not just for his own sake. Psyche, are you sure you're okay? It's time. Just end it now before Sato wears him down. Just do it. I'm a psychic. Or do that. Sato blinks. Huh? Kusuo lifts his head up. If he is going to bear it all, he needs to at least have a courage to look Sato in the eye. I was born with psychic powers. I have ESP, telepathy, X-ray vision. I can time travel, fly, brainwash, bend spoons, all of it. Almost anything you could think of, I could probably do. I caught you before you fell and healed your broken nose too. Sato lifts a hand to his face, tracing the fixed bone. Thank you? He's freaked out, but Kusuo keeps going. All my life, I wanted to be normal. Having these powers doesn't make my life easy. It makes it 10 times harder. I can't stare at people too long without seeing through their bones, and I can hear the thoughts of 1,000 people all at once, so I hide them as best as I can. Because as soon as someone figures out what I am, they won't treat me like Kusuo. They'll treat me like a sidekick. That's why I never wanted you to know. I don't want you to see me like this. Someone so far removed from a normal life, they're not even human. A silence falls over then, but it's nothing like the blanketing one blanketing them earlier. A wall has fallen on top of them, crushing the oppressive. Kusuo can't even breathe. Sato looks him over, as if trying to solve another trigonometry problem. He lingers over Kusuo's antennas, his green-tinted glasses, and hot pink hair. Kusuo has never looked normal, and this is the first time Sato can truly see it, only because Kusuo is letting him. Your whole life, you've been like this? This, Kusuo grimaces. Yes, since the day I was born. I've never known a normal life, not like yours. When I first saw you, I was in awe. You were just this regular guy, and I was this abomination. I wanted to be like you. Me? Sato scoffs. Why would you ever want to be me? How does Kusuo say this without coming off like an asshole? You're just you. I know you don't think you're anything special, but to find someone as authentic as you is rare. Not to mention, you're kind and fun to talk to. You're everything I'm not. Sato balks. What do you mean? You're incredibly fun to talk to. Now it's Kusuo's turn to blush. I don't even talk that much. Well, yeah, but I can tell you only say something when you mean it. You're blunt and refreshing. I'm not quite sure how to say what I'm feeling. I mean, how I feel. Wait. It's the nicest way to tell someone they're a blunt asshole. Which Kusuo is, and proud of it. But he knows that's not how Sato sees him. He sees someone maybe Kusuo doesn't know, but could get to, if he really tried. He wants to try. That's what he was waiting for, to step out of his comfort zone. You're not mad? Sato composes himself. Why would I be? I lied to you. When did you lie to me? They're your powers. They're yours to share when you're ready. I'm honored you felt that you could trust me. Kusuo's heart clenches, beating freely. Well, I sort of had to, after what happened. But you said you could brainwash people, so you could just make me forget. I guess I could. Are you going to? What had they been doing before they were so rudely interrupted? That's right. He takes Sato's hand, squeezing it tightly. No, I want you to remember. Sato's blush spreads across his entire face. Okay, but you could still do it, right? Kusuo pauses. Yes. Okay, just checking. He leans forward and kisses him. It wasn't particularly something Kusuo was looking forward to, though he hadn't been so against the idea either. He's never felt the need to kiss anyone, though he's never felt any attraction towards anyone either. This is all new to him, and so far, he has to say kissing is kind of nice. Sato's lips are soft, but pressed way too firmly against Kusuo's. He pulls away, not a second after instigating the kiss, but it's more than enough time for Kusuo's psychometry to kick in. He feels Sato's terror and instant regret over not asking permission first, damn it. He feels Sato's terror and instant regret over not asking permission first, damn it. What is wrong with me? But he also feels his relief over the two of them coming out of today's mayhem unscathed, and his yearning, the conflict that tore at him for years, because I've always liked girls, how can I like boys too? And he resolved the day he passed Kusuo walking home, accepting cold-heartedly, I can like both. I do like both. I'm not going to be afraid anymore. He may not feel as fearless right now, but Sato Hiroshi may just be one of the bravest people Kusuo has ever met. Sato pulls back swiftly, gauging Kusuo's reaction. Unfortunately for him, Kusuo is unavailable. He's living out the last of his psychometric haze, leaving Sato to assume the worst. Sorry, I'm so sorry. He rips his hand out of Kusuo's, turning away to bury his face in his knees. Kusuo comes to, his face very warm. He checks to make sure his pyrokinesis isn't acting up. It's okay. God, do it, please. Erase my memory. No, I don't really want to. That's so mean! Sato cries, whipping back around. He finds Kusuo is laughing at his expense. But he finally catches on what's happening, and he can't find it within himself to be mad. He starts laughing too. It's been a whirlwind of a day. The volcano was easier to sort out than this mess they've landed themselves in. Kusuo finds Sato's hand again, running his thumb along the knuckles. Sato quiets down, looking at their hands. I forgot what I was going to say. Tell me when you remember. He smiles. Okay, I just did. You're human, okay? You might have psychic powers, but you're still one of us, and I want to, well, it's really hard to talk to you sometimes. Not because of you. Let me start over. Kusuo shakes his head, smirking. Take your time. Sato releases a breath. I like you. I think I made that clear with the kiss and whatever. And even though you might think you're not normal, I don't want you to feel like you can't ever talk to someone about your powers and stuff. I know what it's like to want to hide a part of yourself. If you're worried about how other people might see you, just know that I'm here for you. There's a lump in Kusuo's throat. It's hot and sticky, and he doesn't like it. But he does like the other feelings Sato's because he's saddled with him. Endearment. He squeezes Sato's hands again. I like you too.